That's true.
All right. Ready?
Are we ready? We're rolling?
Ready, Josh?
Let's go.
All right. Well, let's get it started.
Let's go.
We're here today with Josh McFarlane.
Welcome.
Thanks for joining us today, Josh.
Appreciate you, sir.
Yeah, Josh and I go back, a number of years now. Our kids go to school and play sports together, so that's how we got to know each other. And thought he'd be a perfect guest. He's been a part of the men's club for a while now, so wanted to bring you in today. So thanks for joining us, man.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
And not only has Josh showed up to some of our events, his dad has actually come to an event before too. So it's a family thing here.
Yeah,
Love it, dude.
I don't think you were at the same event though, huh?
I came out.
It's either or. We got one McFarlane at a time. We can't get them
both.
both.
Do they both actually exist? Or what's going on
Are
here?
you your dad?
You never see them at the same place together?
Some people confuse us as brothers.
I'm either sorry for you or happy for him. I don't know how to feel about that. All right, so when we start these interviews, what we like to do is a little either or, and our viewers obviously know that. Our dozens of viewers that we have know that. So we're going to kind of bounce some random questions at you. Just give us your thoughts, your answer, and kind of explain a little bit, and then it might lead to some discussion. So,
Sure.
Sound like a plan?
Sure.
All right, I got the first one. So I'm going to ask you, my man, are you a Ford or a Chevy guy? Let's go.
I've probably had Chevy.
Chevy.
Yeah. But my dad's big into Ford too, so I
Okay.
don't know. I had a Chevy, but didn't do the greatest for me, so maybe I'm not on a Chevy.
You jumped off the ship.
question.
Huh? Wow.
I'll stick with Chevy.
We already got this guy questioning himself 2 minutes in.
Don't you drive a Ford?
Nope.
What is it that you drive?
Mazda.
Oh, it's Mazda. Okay.
Mazda, that's secret door number 3.
Yeah. So that's the preferred choice.
That's the Mazda.
That and the motorcycle, I guess, right?
Motorcycle.
What brand's motorcycle?
Kawasaki.
It is Kawasaki. Okay, that's what I thought. All right, that was my first question. Cody,
All right.
it's your turn, bud.
So I know you're a big sports guy, Josh. So I'm curious to know. I know your top 2 sports, but is it football or lacrosse?
It's definitely football.
Not even a
Not
question.
even a question.
Lacrosse, I feel it's like grown in popularity around the area too.
Football is the last sport where boys can be aggressive and men,
Okay.
Lacrosse, it's like a little
You got to
iffy.
stick with it. You get hit with a stick.
Basketball, a little iffy.
Balls and sticks isn't manly enough for you, huh?
No,
He needs a helmet.
He needs a helmet,
pads.
and someone bent over. Okay.
Vince was a football player as
I
well.
played
He's
center. I was center. Well, I was gonna say, when you have the kind of accolades that this dude has playing football, does he have any other? And there's no other
Yeah,
option.
you got to go with football.
You gotta go
right?
with
So
football.
we'll lean into that.
Yeah, so
superstar here. Okay,
We'll
so.
get there. We'll get there. All right, cool. So we know football. We know Chevy or Ford. He's not really sure, I guess, where he's at.
I'm not really sure.
Not really
We
sure.
settled on
Yeah.
Chevy.
Short.
Chevy.
All right. How about are you E40 or too short? You gotta pick one
E40.
ambassador of the Bay.
E40.
Why?
Growing up, just tell me when to go.
Okay.
On two. Ready?
Tell me when to go.
There you go. Run right through them.
Everyone there go that go route right there. All right, cool.
All right, so it leans into kind of football question. I guess, are you more of a weightlifter or a runner?
I used to be a big weightlifter and hated running, but after I was in the Marines for a while, the running is just kind of like lets you just, exercise and sweat it out.
I know that's something that you've been getting into a lot lately,
Yeah.
is the running. And Vince is a big runner as well.
Yeah,
I'll go
yeah.
run when it's on the basketball court, but like just to run, I have not found an interest in that yet.
do
So
you
like
go?
I'm amazed that you guys do that.
It's fun.
Truly like.
So do you actually go on like jogs during the week and?
Yeah, this week I probably put in like 15 miles.
No, we're gonna
Yeah.
throw one in together. I usually go 5 miles at a time.
Oh yeah,
Josh
Yeah,
does
I
a
go
lot of his on his lunch breaks though.
on my
huh?
lunch break.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay.
I go between 2. I run the John Rodota Trail
Yeah,
over there
yeah.
in Santa Rosa. It's right by my work, so I just run that.
I love that, dude. Hell yeah, good job.
Are all the homeless still out there? Does it feel like you're running a
He's running
marathon?
really
Giving high
fast.
fives?
Every time I run by, I'm all checking
One
over
more
my
lap,
shoulder
Josh.
for
One more.
sure. Checking over my shoulder for sure.
So you like running, but Cody and I normally don't like go over these questions with each other. We like to see where they just go. So I had one that kind of follows up on that. Even though you are a runner, when you do lift weights, do you prefer squats or bench? You a leg guy or a chest guy?
He's a chest guy.
Yeah, dude. No one
Okay.
likes doing squats.
I
Dude.
actually love squats.
Oh, well, you're special.
I am special in many ways.
Do you like to do deadlifts and cleans and all that too while you're at events? All the Olympic
So
style lifts?
I don't like the deadlifts because it's too risky for me at my age, man. Like you're one weird movement away from all of a sudden you can't do anything. And I actually,
breaking something.
Yeah, exactly.
Snapping something.
so I actually stopped. I haven't squatted now in a few months because I hurt my back doing that. But I love like a good leg workout day, good squat day, split squats, all that good stuff.
And you brought up age too, right? So I'm the oldest, I guess, of the group.
Yeah.
I'm 40.
Yeah,
you're turning 40 here in a couple of months, and Josh is just still a baby.
He's a young buck.
He can still do the squats. if you want to.
Deadlifting too. Yeah, there you go. Good for you.
What are you now? 35, 36?
35, yeah.
35. To be
Still a
young
baby.
again.
Yeah, what a
To be
baby.
Young again.
5 years.
So on that, let me ask a follow-up for all of our viewers here. What's the PR for bench then? Where are we at?
Like today?
Yeah, like if you were to bench, like if you had your high over the last year, what's the most you benched?
I put up 225 10 times the other day.
There you go.
So whatever. I don't know. I didn't max,
We'll
but
just say that's
somewhere around there.
Would you say you were stronger back in high school or when you were lifting all the time?
Yeah.
Where were you your strongest? Was it high school? Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because after high school in the Marines, I got skinnier and more in shape, but just less.
Yeah.
You're not that strong. Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Makes sense. Yeah, for sure. All right. So when you're not lifting weights, are you a whiskey or a tequila kind of guy?
Definitely tequila.
Are you? I thought for sure we were going whiskey.
Oh, yeah, tequila.
Oh, yeah. Now you're top.
Tequila.
Órale, let's go.
We gotta go down to our southern
Brethren down there.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So what type of tequila is your favorite? What do you prefer? Whatever's in front of you.
Yeah, all of it.
It all goes down the same.
The one they put in margaritas, I guess.
Okay. I like that. So let me ask you this to kind of switch gears a little bit. This is kind of affects Cody and I on this. Are you more of a spiders or a snakes kind of guy?
Jeez.
Do you like either or neither, or what is your preference for spiders versus snakes?
I've got a hate over one more than the other. But
I don't have a hate. I like snakes. I'll catch a couple snakes.
You'll catch them.
Yeah. The
Fuck this guy.
I remember a story. I was down in it's like spiders, but down in Southern California, a scorpion went in our bag, and my buddy's pulling stuff out of his bag, and a scorpion just lands on.
Oh my god, bro.
Oh shit!
Yeah, oh my god!
He freaking throws it like this. Hits the top of the tent. He's all running out.
Oh. That's when you hear me scream real high pitch, but real high pitch.
Me and snakes, we don't get along at all. Like if there's a snake around, I don't care if it's a dead tiny little gardener snake on the road.
It's the best thing in the world too. To see this guy freak out is one of the greatest things when you hold up a snake to him and he's running around.
It's happened.
It's funny. And I'm like that with spiders. I hate spiders.
So we do those little where you attach it to the back.
I can't wait to do it. We're doing that. We're gonna film it.
Where he chases them.
Oh, I can't. He keeps thinking it's attacking him.
I'd like to say I would punch you guys, but I'd be too busy.
You'd be too running. You'd be gone. You'd be gone. Oh, that's so good. That's so good.
All right. So if you get kind of a night out in the town, Josh, and you want to go out for a tequila drink or two, are you going to go to a Grayton Casino or are you going to go over to the 8-Ball?
Or is there a mystery place?
I'm going out with wherever my friends are.
Okay, you have no friends.
So it's real world. Real world.
You're 35. Everybody's
Going out
in bed.
alone.
Everybody's
Going
shut
out
alone.
Drinking alone. Where am I going?
Okay, yeah. Are you swinging by the 8-Ball? Is that what you're doing?
You can make your rounds too.
Yeah, we'll hit them both. We'll 8-Ball to the casino.
Okay, all right. All right.
Obviously in an Uber, correct? Right?
Yes,
No,
of course.
not on your Honda or
Or your Kawasaki. You know what I mean? Mom on your Kawasaki.
maybe a Chevy. Who knows?
All right. So this kind of is a little bit of an inside joke here that we had when we went out to breakfast a few weeks ago. But are you an ice or a no ice type of guy when it comes to your beverages? So we went out to breakfast and he ordered just a water. And he like stressed no ice in the water. And we're like, what, you got what's going on here? Anti-ice. So I want to know, what is your preference?
No ice.
No ice.
He wants to get straight to the point.
I wanna
More
get
water.
no
right?
ice.
Just keep me
So you
hydrated.
can chug it. So you can
chug
just
the
slam
water.
in the water. Yeah.
All right.
I'd rather save my sipping time for some beer.
Okay. All right. I get it. All right. That's fair.
drink.
Has this been a long thing for you, or is it just kind of like on a whim? You said, you know what, I don't want any ice, and then we made a big thing out of
We
it.
definitely made it.
We made a big thing. Yeah.
Definitely was hilarious.
Yeah, that was good.
Well, forever from now on, you're a no ice.
Well, he was like, I'm on a diet, so no ice, please. I was like, that's kind of strange.
Those ice can add a couple pounds.
All right, Cody, you got the last one.
All right, last one, Josh.
I can't wait for this one.
Are you a, I know a little bit about you, right? And I think this will lead into our conversation a little bit. But are you more of an Army or a Navy guy?
What's your preference there, bud?
I gotta go with the Navy. If you're only picking the two, you gotta go.
Yeah,
with the
that's
Navy.
the only options.
It'll be the Navy because the Marines are part of the Navy.
All right.
Okay.
I thought that was just a little twist to, obviously, you being a part of the Marines, and obviously we want to learn a little bit about that and your experience with the in your professional career and what that looked like. But
we know it's very. There's a lot of controversy, right? Army versus Navy. It seems to be a very controversial topic, but it seems like you're pretty resolute.
Yeah, why don't they have a Marines football team? There's always the Army versus Navy football game, but no Marine game. What's going on?
The Marines are in the Navy team.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's actually they're not just Navy, there's Marines on the team.
Ooh, so that's why they win.
Especially against the Air Force.
Yeah,
Air Force.
Hey, we're learning things over here. I didn't know that it was kind of like intertwined.
I didn't know that either. That's great. That's great.
Yeah, because the Marines are a very small branch, and the Navy and the Army and the Air Force are a lot bigger.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. So, getting to know you a little bit, I hadn't known Josh until we started this whole process, but, getting to learn about you a little bit more. You graduated from Rancho in 2008, you said, right?
Yep.
And then you went into the Marines after.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what happened? Can you give us just a little background on who you are, your educational journey, your professional development when you were a youngster, kind of teenage into early 20s?
Growing up here.
Yeah, growing up in Rohnert Park. Yeah.
Grew up in like E section of
Okay.
Rohnert Park. Went to Evergreen. Went to Rancho. Big into football, especially in high school. After high school, did some construction jobs, but it was the recession.
Yep.
Went to the Marines right after that. I was a combat engineer in the Marines, which is a demolitions. Got to blow shit up, which is awesome. I think that's what sold me. Like, hey,
a football guy gets to blow shit up.
Blow shit up. All right,
well, sign me up. All right, good for you.
And build stuff, which
unlike in the Army, right, where they don't get to do that type of stuff.
Yeah, I'm not sitting behind a desk. If I'm gonna go to the military, I'm gonna go blow shit up.
Okay, fair enough.
And then after that, I actually applied when I was actually in Afghanistan applying to colleges.
Oh, wow.
Right before I got out, and then I got accepted to a few, and I went to San Francisco State because it was nice being close to here. So I got my engineering degree from San Francisco.
Dope.
And then
did you live out in San Francisco when you went there, or did you commute back and forth?
For like less than 6 months, I think.
Yeah.
I lived there, and then it was like $1,500 for a room.
Yeah.
A room of like a 4-bedroom.
Shared with everybody else, right?
4-bedroom like apartment with a room.
Right.
And it was just, I'm good.
Did you get to experience like the city life at all, or was it just strictly school and studies, or were you out there blowing shit up in college too?
I'm not into the city really. I don't like being so many people, and just I like this area better. So
solitude and a little bit of quiet.
Yeah. So came back here and stayed here and commuted there whenever I needed.
And you went through that, so it took you. I mean, you got out of the Marines and you were at SF State. How long did it take until you graduated? Were you there 4 years, 3 years?
4 years. 4 years. Yeah, 4 years, and then I got a job as a structural engineer with a firm in Santa Rosa, and I've been doing that basically since. A little change up in there, but yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's been a good time.
So when you were in high school, you played football. Can you tell us a little bit about your storied football background?
Yeah. I played fullback and middle linebacker, and I did pretty good. Got MVP my senior year, MVP of the league, and we lost in the championship game. Actually, it was the year that they didn't have any home games because the old field. Yeah, so the old field was a certain direction with the basically the big old mound.
That's where I played.
Right? The big old mound.
Absolutely.
And then my senior year they switched it and went to the turf.
So all your games were away games.
I played all away games.
Yeah, so you were the last, I guess, team to ever play on that field then, huh?
Yeah.
Before they switched it.
Wow.
Yeah, my junior year we played our games obviously there.
Yeah.
So where did you play? No, there was no home games. You didn't play it somewhere else. That was technically a home game. Everything was on the road, or what?
Everywhere was away, but I think some of them
would call them home.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
technically home, but I'm just curious. Do you remember where you played or no?
I think maybe it was Santa Rosa.
Santa Rosa.
Yeah.
That was your home game, huh?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. It was pretty shocking when they redid that field because I grew up. My brother played football at Rancho, and we had the field right in the mound, the sand.
Yeah.
The sand. That's what kind of gave us our advantage. Like, let's run that triple veer in the sand.
Yeah.
What are they going to do about it? And then when they demolished it, it was kind of all, like, damn, this is pretty sad, dude. Like,
but the new one's extremely
But the new
nice,
one's
right?
beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, it's so nice.
All the facilities that they have there just would have been
100%.
nice had we had some of that stuff.
For
But
sure.
it's nice that our kids will get to experience it.
Yeah,
And,
heck yeah.
hopefully it's nice in another 15, 20 years, right?
It absolutely will be.
That was actually going to be one of my questions, and I kind of veered away from it. But like, are you more of a middle linebacker or a fullback kind of guy? Like, which position did you enjoy playing more?
I mean, who wants to run the ball?
But you also love
You want to hit too, though. You
Yeah,
want
but
to
you get to hit as a fullback.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right.
No, I liked them both. Middle linebacker's fun, especially if we got some crossing receivers.
Yeah.
Crossing receivers.
Make them think twice about it.
Yeah, you can just.
If game was on the line, would you rather be on the offensive side having to score and getting that ball in your hand, or on the defensive side and get that stop?
Yeah, score for sure.
I'm thinking of that Bo Jackson where he ran over Brian Bosworth. Right, when he's the fullback, Bosworth's supposed to be the middle linebacker. They meet in the center, and Bo Jackson just trucks him and goes right in the end zone. Like, that's Bo, man. You don't know Bo. You don't know Bo.
Yeah.
No, that's cool, man. So you graduated. You said structural engineering, and then you're working for a firm in Santa Rosa, and you're still at that same place now.
Yep. It's a good firm. We do lots of good projects. Got some schools and some different designs going on right now, which is pretty cool.
You see yourself doing that for the rest of your life? Is that something you're probably going to continue doing?
Yeah, I mean, I like it, and it's definitely a satisfying job.
Cool.
Kind of like I was, done a lot of construction in my background, and seeing the like satisfaction of something being built, is cool. Like, I feel like we all in our life we have to find something that gives us purpose and
absolutely
and excitement, and so that's something that's for me for sure.
I guess specifically with your job, like, what is it that you kind of do on like your day to day? What does kind of your day to day look like?
Yeah, basically what my day to day is a architect has these bright plans for this building, and I fit everything in so it can be built safely and it stands up to earthquakes and if it's a second story, let's say there's assembly area, make sure that the floor doesn't bounce or whatever. So
is there any building or anything that you've worked on locally, Rohnert Park, Santa Rosa, that we might know?
Yeah. There's a bunch.
Okay. Not one in particular that stands out?
I mean, I helped with the AC Marriott in Santa Rosa.
Oh, dope. Yeah.
That one right by the freeway.
Absolutely.
That one was cool. They basically built everything in Idaho, and they put them in blocks.
Is that the one that they just built the last year or two right there by the freeway?
Yeah.
That one? Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember watching that.
Was
thing.
it 4, 5 stories, 6 stories?
Is that what it is? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was interesting how they built it kind of in
Yeah, they
blocks.
put a big old crane in the middle.
I had no idea.
Block
Yeah, that's
these
cool.
things in. It was cool.
Was that your architectural design then?
No, I'm not an architect. I'm an engineer, and I only had a piece of it. I didn't do the whole thing.
Okay, I just didn't know if you had a hand in like, because I hadn't seen it built like that either. So that was
It's called modular.
Okay.
Modular building. It helps because they build them somewhere else in a facility doesn't rain. They can kind of control everything.
Right.
And then they just ship it to the site.
Well, as soon as this dude walks into the office here, he's like, "Oh man, I would have done this way different. Like, look at this." I'm like, "Yeah, me too. That's what I would have done too, bro. Yeah, sounds great."
I've never looked up before.
Johnson Rod.
I asked him if it was structurally sound, and he said,
He
yes,
said,
so
"Yeah, that's we're good."
I feel good.
That's awesome.
It's all the aesthetics, I guess.
So growing up in Rohnert Park and going to Rancho and coming back and working in Santa Rosa, and you're raising a family, right? You got some kids, you're a coach and all that. Can you want to take a moment and just kind of tell us about your family life and your coaching and things like that?
Yeah, I coach football. I'll coach whatever. I started coaching obviously like t-ball and everything. And
Now, did you play baseball growing up?
Yeah, a couple of years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm coaching t-ball, and I never played baseball growing up. And so I had my knowledge.
You never played a single year?
Never played a year of baseball.
I didn't know that.
Never once. And so my knowledge of baseball is very limited. I'm obviously incredibly gifted on the diamond, as Cody knows, but my knowledge of the game is just not there. And so I always tell, like, I'm coaching this year, and I tell the head coach, I'm like, look, I'm the hype man, dude. I'll be your Flavor Flav, but I can't. Don't have me set up and running these drills because you got to help me out with that. So,
Yeah.
but you feel confident in your ability to coach baseball through football and all
It's
of it.
it's not. I mean, this age, 8 years old, 5 to 10 years old, that age, you don't got to. I wasn't a superstar in baseball. I didn't play in high school even. I just played a few years, but it's all kind of the same thing. These kids, they just need to be, be able to just do basics, athletic things.
Totally.
It's if they're just doing basic athletic things, they get better. They get better at the sport, And so, just being a coach and teaching these kids how to.
Well, and at the peewee level too. I mean, for you especially, not really knowing the game, it's like you just got to be good at keeping these kids from dogpiling on one
That's
another.
all it is.
Right?
That's all it is. 100%.
Stand here, go when I tell you, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Well, and as far as they know, I'm an expert. You know what I mean? They don't know any different, so I got to make sure I live up to that.
the great Hambino over there.
Yeah, exactly. But we went to the batting cages for our practice today, and I'm sitting there telling the kids one thing, and I'm watching them hit, and then our head coach comes up and he's giving like really specific advice on like what to do. I'm like,
do what he says.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was trying to get at, coach. But I'm there to try to make them enjoy it. I think he's there to help them like get better at it, right? So
are you guys on the Cardinals? I'm assuming.
Oh, I just came from the bat. Yeah,
we're on the just making sure you didn't pull a switch.
No. Got to support the team. Got to support the team.
Yeah. All right. Well, what about So going to that, actually, and I know some of these answers, but who are your teams, Josh? As far as when you're talking about your professional sports, what are your teams? Who do you follow?
The Broncos, and I don't really have very many others besides that one.
Okay.
Broncos.
So, did you not know that?
I did not know that. Why
the
Broncos?
My dad's a Broncos fan, but in mid '90s.
I was gonna say, thinking of your age, it had to have been like Elway did the helicopter
Davis,
in the Super Bowl. That's what swayed you.
They got them back to back. I was 7, 8 years old. It's just
that's a team that sticks with you.
Solidifies,
and he's stuck with them. Yeah,
that's great.
Josh does something that's really cool too, which I think is honestly something that we should all probably try to take. If we have the ability and able to do it. But Josh takes his son every single year to a different sporting event in a different city.
Oh yeah.
And so you want to kind of share a little bit about that experience?
Yeah,
I think that's super cool. And it's not even necessarily following their team or Denver. It's just like
making a spot to go
so
to.
I'll let you I don't want to say everything that you do, but if you want to share a little bit about how you guys make that decision or what you end up doing.
Yeah, so we've done it for 5 years now. I take my son Tyson to a different football stadium every year for a game. Yeah. And we've done Kansas City, we've done Denver, we've done SoFi Stadium, we've done the Niners Stadium. Dude. We did Arizona this year. Mm-hmm. So it's funny. We're running out of West Coast.
Yeah, I was going to start going. Yeah.
We're running out of West Coast. So he said he wants to go see Lamar Jackson and Amon-Ra St. Brown. So we might be jumping to Detroit and Baltimore.
Somewhere where it's cold.
Wait till they come here and they're playing Arizona. I guess we got to go down there. Oh, that's so. What started that tradition? Is that something you and your dad did, or is that something?
No. It's just something that as you grow up with your kid, you're like, what? Like I want to have something. I love that. Some kind of tradition with my son that we can just do forever. And there's no kind of restriction to it. So. He likes football. I like football. Like, let's just go check out a different stadium. I think they're super cool. My own structural background, I kind of like looking at.
You're looking at it. That's not sound right there.
We got to take an extra day.
Son,
I gotta go.
You got to look around a little bit. That's good, man. So I feel like on my bucket list, you're adding like Lambeau. Are you guys thinking about doing Lambeau?
We're gonna do all of them. I have one picked out. We're gonna do Vegas for his 21st birthday, but
other than that,
putting that way in.
Yeah, that's our 21st.
That's cool.
But otherwise, we're gonna be doing whatever.
What is Tyson? He's 8.
He's 9 right now.
9, yeah. So you got 12 years from that one.
All right, cool. 12 years.
There you go. That'll be cool, man. That's awesome. I love that tradition.
There's 32 teams. So
yeah,
we got a couple others there.
That sounds great. I know Seattle's supposed to be off the hook, obviously, with the clink up there. Like that's a good. I might have to steal that.
We haven't done Seattle. That would be a good one for next year for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. My buddy works at a high-end steakhouse up in Seattle, and he says every time the visiting teams show up, they always dine at the steakhouse. And he's like, I get to meet all, like when the Niners were up there, he's like, I saw the Yorks, and I saw what's the general manager's name, Lynch and Shannon. They're all in there eating dinner. He's serving them up. I'm like, that's so cool, that's cool, man. Yeah.
Did he give you any specifics about there's an interesting story with a certain team?
I'm gonna have to ask him. No, nothing specific, but I'm gonna have to
ask him. This guy was
man. I thought he was a good guy, but
he didn't tip at all. No, nothing like that. But I really like that. That's a really cool thing. I thought about doing that with baseball. But doing that with football just seems to make so much sense, man. That's cool.
Well, baseball would be awesome too, because it's kind of more so during your summer months, right? Whereas football's gonna be like in the colder. So you may have better weather, obviously, for some travel, but and you got so many more games to choose from.
Right.
But football's super cool. Again, that's something that you have a huge passion for. That's something that your son has a huge passion for. And you guys get to share that experience. I think that's pretty awesome.
What position your son play?
He did really good this year. Our team did really good.
You guys made it to the championship.
We did Warriors, the AU Warriors. We did really good. He did amazing. He played quarterback, some running back. He kind of started him at corner, and then they didn't run to his side. So I was like, okay, put him at safety. I put him at safety, and then the head coach kind of convinced me. He's like, just put him at middle. And so it's kind of the last game we put him at middle, and he just destroyed him. So
that's great.
It felt really
Proud
good.
dad, right?
It felt really good, especially during the season when he's the one like making the plays. And at AU, he threw like a few touchdown passes, and they don't even pass. No one passes at all. he threw some really great passes, and it was cool.
So he's got a passion
really
for it too. That's great.
Well, there's a lot of good little athletes, a lot of great families around here. A lot of these kids, a lot of great kids that all get to play with each other and play in the sports and different sports and all kind of grow up together, right? And so I know that obviously you helping coach your son's team. You obviously have a lot of other kids too that you get to see all the time. You coach that with the Warriors. Obviously, you've done some of the flag football stuff, but you've also coached at the high school level too, right?
Yeah, I coached, helped out with freshmen for a little bit or for a year. And I'm me coaching forever. That's just what I'm gonna do. As soon as I kind of feel that my son, kind of some good coaches that bring him along, and I can kind of step back from that. It'd be, I'm gonna go keep coaching somewhere else.
I've got an interesting question for you, and I don't know if you've thought about this too much, but I remember after I got done playing in college, I went in and I coached 2 years in college as well as an assistant. And I always kind of thought, like, if I ever were to kind of want to continue coaching, it would be at the collegiate level, because you kind of get kids that want to be there. You kind of get to recruit kids and build a kind of a culture, right? I think that's kind of shifted for me, because obviously now I do all the youth sports. I get to coach in a lot of different, whether that's baseball or basketball or whatever. Very fortunate I get to do that. I think high school was something I never thought would be something I'd ever want to do. Right. And now I look at it and I'm like, dude, that would be really fun. It'd be really fun. And so I don't know if that's kind of an experience that you had, or if there's like an age group that you've been coaching that you've enjoyed one more than the other, or how has that journey, I guess, been for you?
It's just different. It's just different. And as 8 years old, you're teaching, hey, this is a 3-point stance, basically. Right. In high school, you're teaching a little bit more than that.
You kind of expect that they know it by that point, right?
A little bit,
Well, I think that's the. Well, I was just gonna say, I think that's the joy, right? Like, especially at the young age, you can kind of take a little bit of extra pride when they do figure out a 3-point stance or something like that, and you're like, now they're getting it, right? And it's funny because I say this with every single season, right? Like, we're just wrapping up basketball season, and we had the best game that we've had all season was our last game that we just played.
So you saw the growth.
We had the best practice that we've had was just this.
I don't want it to end.
And it's like, we're there. Like, we're there. Yeah. We finally get it. Like, this is what we've been working for, right? And then the season ends, and then you go into another sport, and then you come back, 8-9 months from now, and you get to kind of start that whole process over, right? And because, again, I'm not one of those big believers that you have to play the same sport year round. I know there's a lot of coaches, a lot of programs that
you got to have the variability,
right?
You got to flip.
But each sport teaches something different, and they all go hand in hand.
Well, I think like Josh said it so well. Like, as long as they're doing athletic things. You know what I mean? Like, that's the key, like, to create to have a good athlete. Like, there's a lot of things done that if you play the same sport year round and you're not working out some of those extra muscles, like if you're doing basketball all year, you're not maybe getting those same muscles and those same flexibility in your joints that you get if you're playing basketball and football and baseball. And so, like, injuries lead up and it becomes more of an issue. So you want to make sure they're getting a nice variety.
I can speak from experience. I just did a workout on Friday with a good buddy of mine, Jeremy Forcier. And so he put me through a boot camp. We had this personal trainer that made us do a core workout for an hour.
That's great.
I'm still hurting, right? And that was 48 hours ago.
Yeah.
And I'm like, every time I move, so if you hear me grunt, that's why.
We all saw the six-pack when you walked in, so it's working. It's working. No, it's so true though, right? And so I think it's funny because, like, the different age groups, I love coaching the little kids, even though I never played baseball, because, like, I see the growth, like you guys are saying, right? Like, it's all of a sudden like, wow, that kid now knows how to step in to when he's hitting. You know, and when you start getting them older, you're more teaching like the strategy behind the game. And I coached girls basketball at the school that I teach at, and it was interesting coaching the girls because you tell them to do something and they're like, well, why? Like they want to know the why. Whereas like the boys are like, okay, like you want me to go do this, set the screen, like and they just run and do it. And I know like when I was playing, that's what I did. A coach told me to do something, just went and did it. But with the girls, they're like, no, I want to know why. And you're sitting here like, yeah, like
Why?
why do you have to do that? That's a really great question.
Hold on, let me get back to you.
Think about it. Let me ask ChatGPT why we're doing this.
Just did that too. I don't know.
Right, exactly. So it's funny, like the different groups, like it forces you to do different things with your brain, you know. So that's really cool.
But I want to say too, like for you, with a lack of experience in your coaching and everything else, right, or just knowledge in the sport or doing the sport, I guess is kind of the best way of putting it.
Yeah.
Don't second guess like the value that you bring too, because again, I think you have that positivity. What I always say, like for me, like a successful season for these kids is they have fun and they come back the next year, right? Like we're getting better and they're having fun. Right. Like if we do that, then it's a success. We're not recruiting college athletes at the 8-year-old level right now, right?
Yeah.
Like nobody's talk to me in a couple of
I
years.
saw John Calipari out there recently, you know.
But you know what I mean? So like take that for what it's worth as well, and for everybody, it's like just make it fun. Make it fun. It is about the kids. You want these kids to have fun. You want them to learn. You want them to be the best.
Yeah.
But they're all going to develop at different points in times, and they'll come back that next season. You'll be like, man, what did you do? Or you grew and you're so much different, or like you've been working on this skill. So, you know, just continue to work on
I think it's
that
important to like kind of let go of the ego, right? Like you got to let them teach you. Like, oh, I don't know what I don't know. I'm not willing to just say that I know everything, right? I'm going to learn just like you're going to learn. And I think that's one of the cool things with coaching little kids is, you know, sometimes they can teach you something about the sport just by watching. You're like, oh yeah, I never really thought about it like that, you know? So you got your son Tyson. He plays, you said football, baseball, basketball, lacrosse?
Football, lacrosse, and basketball.
And basketball.
Yeah.
And what's his favorite?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to make him pick a favorite either, you know?
What would you think his favorite?
He likes them all.
Yeah.
I mean,
I feel like
he puts the most effort into football. I mean, you have to put the most effort into football because it's just, I'm biased, but all the best athletes, all the best competition is going to be football. That's just America.
Boy, that
that's just America. Yeah, you know, that's.
I may not be able to bench press with Josh Brent's presses.
Why is the Super Bowl
I guarantee
the
you can't
most watched?
Yeah.
Why is the Super Bowl the most watched? You know, over basketball. I don't know. Maybe there's a reason there.
I'll say this: I love football, and football has been a passion of mine, and I played it in high school too at Rancho. But there's something about getting on the basketball court. You know what I mean? And the fluidity of the movement of basketball and the poetry of it all. That to me, it's my favorite sport. Even though I never played in high school, it was always my favorite sport because it's just constant action. You have to play offense, you have to play defense, you have to be thinking, you got to be strategy. Those things happen in football too, but it's just different.
I wish I played basketball, because it's fun. It's a fun sport.
It's a lot of fun.
It's a fun sport.
And it's been fun getting you out there.
I was going to say, speaking of basketball, you've been coming out in the mornings. We've been playing a little bit, so it's been fun having you out there. It's been fun having you out there, right? It's been fun getting me out there and getting back into it as well.
So if anybody's curious, we play at the Callahan Sports and Fitness Center on some Mondays, but Wednesdays and Fridays at 6 a.m. We get some good runs out there, man. We went on Friday. There's 20 plus dudes out there.
20 guys.
It was awesome
each day. So if you want to come out, it's all different ranges of experience, all different ages of all different ranges of age, right? Like
you have superstars like me, and then you got like bench warmers like Cody out there.
I'm old, right? I'm
trying to figure it out.
No, I mean,
there's
kids
out there.
No, there's like younger kids.
We get some of the high school kids out, which is actually really cool. You know, we're talking about this during the Rancho's playoff run right now, so they're doing some actually really historic things over there. And James, who's the head coach, and Dylan's the assistant over there. Like I'm really bought into what these guys are doing.
Yeah.
I think that we're gonna have to get them on here pretty soon.
I
know
agree.
that they're interested in chatting as well. But a lot of success over there. It's really been fun to watch. But it's not just basketball as well. I feel like a lot of the programs over there are doing extremely well.
They've been doing well.
And a lot of that really, like, we could attribute it to a lot of the coaches and just kind of the environment that's been given to these
community
kids
buy-in.
now.
Yeah.
But it also does start at the elementary level, right?
Mm-hmm.
When we're teaching these kids from the ground up. You know, they got to learn the basics. They got to learn the fundamentals, and then just continue to get better.
100%.
And if they enjoy it and they're having fun with it, they're going to stick with it.
Absolutely.
And they're going to be successful.
So your son, you also have a daughter.
Mm-hmm.
You want to talk about Remy for a minute here?
Is she into any sports yet, or
she's starting t-ball?
Yeah.
So that'll be exciting. We just started up. So
what team is she on?
She's on the Cardinals.
Cardinals.
Yeah.
There we go. We got my daughter on the Huskies this
I
year.
was going to say, if you're coaching his daughter, he's asking for requesting a
Get
trade right now.
Get her off the squad.
He doesn't know anything, I promise.
So you guys had a practice. I know ours have been ringing.
I haven't been to a practice yet. They my kids and my parents are out on vacation right now. They take them on a little vacation every year.
They didn't take you along, huh?
They don't take me.
You're old news now.
Yeah. Hey, you're too old for vacation.
You take us on
take all the kids. Yeah. All right.
Well, that's great. Where'd they go?
Went to Washington. I'm pretty sure. I don't really know.
Dude, you know where his kids are at right now.
Yeah, I kind of. Yeah.
Great. You're living a great life right now.
Josh has had this circled on the calendar. This is his big event. He's hanging out with us. So I appreciate you spending your time.
That's great. So how long are they gone for?
He doesn't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
4 days. I think I'll take her back on Monday.
That's great. That's great. Give you guys all a little break, right? We all need that. But so last weekend was my daughter's birthday party at the gymnastics center, and Remy and Josh show up and had a good time. And you're doing good by those kids, man. You got a couple of good kids there, dude. So just
Thanks.
Yeah, great.
Yeah,
Dude.
dude.
You're doing great, man.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I would say anybody that comes on that we get a chance to talk to, I just want to tell you, we appreciate you as a coach and a leader for this community, right? Like it is all volunteer stuff, right? And so
thankless
people that very thankless. Mm-hmm. And for people to step up and take that role and responsibility, it takes special people. It takes special people and a lot of us all to come together to make these things successful. So I personally appreciate you for everything that you do and all the coaching that you do and just being a great guy. I know my kids love you and my family, thinks the world of you too. So, I appreciate you as a friend, but also as just kind of a great person to have in this community, and which is why we have you on here.
And we're looking forward to Tyson leading Rancho to the 2034 NCS championship. That's
Let's go.
Let's
go. State championship.
Send it. To get back on the coaching thing, it's funny too, because like I said, I don't have the experience coaching. And last week we had my son's first baseball practice. And, like I said, I'm the hype man. Like, let me just be the hype man. Like, that's what I'm good at. And I get a text from the head coach. He's like, hey, I'm in Tahoe. I'm like, okay. He's like, we have practice today. And then the second assistant coach is like, I'm not going to be able to make it today. And I'm like, this is our first practice.
You started sweating.
And it's on me. I immediately started sweating. It's 9 a.m. Practice at 1. I'm like, oh, man, this is going to be bad, dude. Like, I don't even know what I'm going to do. And I went out there, and the kids had a great time. I pretended like I knew everything about baseball.
Hey, think about it as a substitute teacher, right? Take it from the profession that you do.
Well, right.
What's the saying that you learn the most being a teacher of something than learning it yourself?
I like that.
There's a saying.
Can you decrypt that for us?
I think somebody said those who can't do teach. I think that's what it is. So I don't know if that's exactly what you're trying to say. Those who can't do, teach. So.
That's
but no, so like after the practice ended though, my son, I was like, hey, Damien, how did I do, bud? And he was like, Dad, you did really good. Like that was a really fun practice. And I walked out, I'm like, man, this guy has no idea. I'm sweating all morning.
But that's the only validation you needed.
That's all I needed.
Nobody knew any different.
And it gave me the confidence where I'm like, no, I can totally do this. You know what I mean? And so I think instilling that in the young kids, man, and having somebody that's really passionate and energized about sports it has such an impact on them long term. You know what I'm saying? So that's really cool. That's really, really cool.
Well, Josh, for sake of time, I mean, is there anything else that like we didn't cover that you'd like to talk about, or your experience with the community? Anything else that you do that you're involved with? Anything from your past, from military experience, anything else, any funny story, whatever it is that you want to share? Do you have anything last kind of parting words for us?
No, not necessarily.
Give me a good military story. I know you guys got a bunch of good stories. Maybe one that we could share on camera.
We should have prepped him for this.
Let's see.
Oh my god.
The PG.
Get the censorship out. Oh my gosh.
I got in trouble in the military. I got a NJP, which is a non-judicial punishment, for blaring music.
Oh, yeah.
And what was on the
music?
speaker?
What was the playlist?
Highway to Hell. All right.
That's a great song. Bro.
Okay, so
we're
doing this route down in Afghanistan, and the radio's hot mic sometimes. So if you click the button, it sticks.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And our CO just told us right before we left, don't play, like we're not playing music. Nobody's playing music. So I'm, blaring.
He turned off Katy Perry.
I'm blaring Highway to Hell. And I turn around, I had the mic up to say something, and I unmic, and I turn it
still
back
on.
up. I turn it back up, and it's hot mic'd.
Oh my god! So everybody
And it's
got it.
And he started sweating. He's like,
no, I didn't know. I'm enjoying my
Enjoy
music.
your life, yeah.
And then I see EOD's in front of me, which is another is Air Force EOD, and he comes back. He's waving at us.
And you're like,
He's
what?
I love this song too. Hey, and he's all like, look. I was like, oh, and I click it. And I was like,
So what was the punishment for that?
it was actually pretty brutal.
Was it?
Yeah, I lost 2 months' pay. And,
Damn.
And I had to do
It's brutal.
extra-
You're on the payroll to hell, huh?
extra duties for like a month in Afghanistan.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was I had to sweep. I had to mop this. Warehouse, like a concrete floor, like for 2 hours every time. It only took like 30 minutes to do it.
Yeah.
So I just like do it over and over.
And then as soon as you're done, they would just drop stuff on and be like, do it again. Highway to hell. They're like, if it was at least Metallica, we could have let it slide.
Yeah.
Not AC/DC. Huh? Damn. Okay.
So when you hear that song now, does it bring back that?
Yeah, every time I'm like, oh my god,
You guys owe me 2 months pay.
Hey, it was kind of. We were on a highway. We were going for it, and everyone loved it except the CO.
Would you
the most important person to love it.
would you also mind sharing a little bit about that? You said you were in Afghanistan, which obviously that's kind of like a very foreign idea for most of us that have never even thought about going to someplace like that. I mean,
Right.
how was that? And what was like, aside from just being probably crazy? I mean, what was that experience like?
Mm-hmm.
It's hot.
Yeah.
Real hot. You're kind of just with you're with a bunch of guys, right? You're with guys that you know, and you're with them. I mean, this would be a whole nother podcast, probably. I don't know, but yeah, you're with a bunch of guys. Like, have you ever done like a group thing where it's like like in high school, you got your basketball team, right? You go to camp, right? You go to camp.
Yeah.
You're with your boys. Like nobody's gonna stop you. You know what I mean? Like that's what it felt like, kind of.
Right.
Like in a hot yoga studio, though.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
What inspired you to join the Marines?
My dad was a Marine.
Okay.
And it's just the toughest one.
Yeah.
It's hard to do. It's a challenge,
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of my whole life has been like that. I kind of need a challenge. I want to get challenged, Engineering, it's not the easiest degree to get, Being a structural engineer is not the easiest job to do. It's definitely challenging mentally,
Mm-hmm.
Marines is probably a challenge physically.
Mm-hmm.
But that's kind of how I pushed my life, kind of just like, what's the next thing that I can do?
Let's do hard things.
Let's do hard things,
I like
do
that.
hard things and keep pushing.
Do you feel like there's something on the horizon that's hard, that's challenging, that you want to pursue, that you're thinking about doing? Or
Man, coaching is tough.
I was gonna say
dude.
that's pretty tough. And
Tough.
being a dad,
Being
that's
a
tough,
dad,
right?
but coaching is tough, and I'm excited for it. I'm real excited. I want to learn. I've been looking up coaches camps to go to and stuff, like just anything that can get you an edge to get the competition.
I'll make sure to send you a link to Vince's baseball coaches camp, so you can come and check that out.
Josh has been playing a lot of Madden as well, so he's been learning.
He's ready.
He's ready. I would say this too, again, and this kind of falls in line with coaching as well. I also think being a part of the service is also another very thankless job,
Absolutely.
right? So thank you for your service, and I really appreciate you again, just as an individual all around. I think you're a great guy.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people, a lot of good friends of mine that did the same route. They went into the service after high school, and I remember being in college, man, and I'm like, man, what am I complaining about? I'm getting to play again. I remember the national anthem would come on, and I would always think this national anthem would come on before a game, and I'd always think about you guys, right? Like, I know I didn't know you at the time, but I would think about my buddies that were in the service, and I'm like, man, I get to go out and play this game because these guys are out fighting for our country, and they're doing that for me, and so I need to take full advantage of being able to do this, right? And so I was always very appreciative of that.
How would you feel if Tyson comes up to you and says, "Dad, I want to join the Marines"?
For sure.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Good.
Any kid that comes up to me and says, I want to join the military, I'd be like, great.
Yeah.
There's a lot of benefits to it. I think it gives a young adult structure, structure that can be dangerous for kids, like for young adults could be dangerous because everyone knows people that kind of took that wrong path,
Yeah.
And so I think it's a good structure. It's and it gives you some opportunities after too.
That's what I was going to say.
Afterwards,
absolutely.
I got my degree from the GI Bill, so if you're kind of going in with this idea of, hey, I want to go to college, but I don't have the money or this or that, like there's good options there. So
it's funny because I always feel like, you join the Marines and it's a selfless thing, right? And obviously you're doing it to sacrifice, but you're also doing it for your own self-interest at a certain point, because when you get out, and I got education taken care of, I got housing, right, and things like that. And I think that's a smart, in a sense, business move to make for a young individual too, to give them more options.
Yeah.
I agree.
Right. I agree. A lot of people were kind of worried about the risks of it, but everything in life has risks.
Right.
There's nothing
you can't live by the fear.
You can't. There's nothing you can get out of that.
So I like to always ask, as we're kind of wrapping up, the dads on this show that come on, like, if you got 2 young kids, or you see somebody that that has, they're about to have kids, or they have young kids, is there any parenting or dad advice that you would give somebody, like, hey, this is something you should think about as you're raising your children? Like, is there something that sticks out to you in that regard?
Something that's really stuck out to me as coaching lately is some parents, and myself included, we get really stuck in seeing the performance, both athletics, academics, everything. It's kind of stuck in this mindset of what they're doing right now, that they're good at it, or they're bad at it, or they're not meeting standards or whatever. But they're kids, and you kind of got to remember. I think some parents forget it. I forget sometimes. This doesn't define who they are.
Right.
Nothing they're doing right now defines who they are,
right.
And you just keep pushing to do the next right thing.
Yeah, that's
right.
right.
We're all trying to raise good individuals, good young
Absolutely.
human beings, right? And I think that's probably overlooked sometimes by my kid didn't make enough shots or didn't score a touchdown, right? And it's like, but your kid's helping out friends at school or picking up trash, or those things are very important. And maybe we don't see it all the time because it's not on the stage.
Right.
But that's very valid.
And you can't build. Rome wasn't built in a day. And one thing I always say to my students, I say to my kids, I'm trying to say to myself right now too, is like, in life, sometimes every day you just got to lay a perfect brick down, right? If you lay that perfect brick down every day, soon you'll have your perfect wall. But if you set out to try to build that perfect wall today, it might not happen, right? But you got to lay one thing down and do. So every day you get 1% better. You get a little bit better each day. And before you know it, it's kind of like that Mamba mentality. Kobe Bryant, watch a lot of his videos and his interviews, and he's always talking about that. Like, if I just stack, even if I'm not doing the best that I wanted to today, but if I just keep stacking days, before you know it, I've created this gap between me and everybody else. Yeah. So that's what I think about a lot too.
Yeah. Well, I'm curious too, and you being a history guy, if Rome wasn't built in a day, do you know how many days it took?
That's for the next episode of the pod. A lot of days. It was a lot of days. That's good. But no, it's been great having you on. We really appreciate you taking the time out of your busy life to come and speak with us. And do you want to give any, shout outs for what men's club has meant to you, or what you see happening for the future as we kind of wrap up, and just kind of give us your last thoughts on that?
You've been to a couple things, you've hung out, I guess, what was your experience with that?
It's great bringing the guys together, bringing everybody together, knowing that we're all not alone in the community. Sometimes people go ups and downs in life, and knowing that your friends are around you, and we all have kids, so it's kind of good. Sometimes we get stuck in like just being parent, or just dad, or just this, and just to remember that you got people around you. Reach out to me, reach out to either of them, like whoever's watching this. It's really great to just be around people and know that we're all here.
We're all figuring it out together, right?
Hey,
appreciate that. That's great. Love it. Good. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks, man. That was
fun.
Great.
Thank you.
Catch you next time.
Let's go, CMC. Let's go. See, easy money, dude. Easy money. We'll have 1 million views by tomorrow.
1 million views.
1 million.
Oh, Vince.
It wasn't recorded.